Hello, everyone, and welcome to my online classes. Today, we will be talking about, or we will looking at the difference between balance of payments and trade balance. So, in the last video, we spoke about the balance of payment, and we said it is a summary or records all the transactions or economic activities between the residents of a country and the rest of the world in a given period. So today we're going to look at the difference or the distinction between the two. So in this presentation we will cover the following topics. We will see the meaning or the definition of the balance of a trade. Then we're going to talk about the balance of payment. And lastly, we're going to make the difference between balance of trade and balance of payments. First, what is the balance of trade, or as it is called, BOT? The balance of trade is the difference between a country's exports and imports. Exports are domestically produced goods and services sold abroad. But imports means or they are the purchase of foreign goods and services. Also, balance of a trade is the largest component of a country's balance of payments. Debit items include imports, foreign aid, domestic spending abroad, and domestic investments abroad. Credit items, however, include exports, foreign spending in the domestic economy, and foreign investments in the domestic economy. We have to know that when exports are greater than imports, then the BOT is favorable. And if imports are greater than the exports, then it is unfavorable. So what do we mean by favorable balance of trade or unfavorable balance of trade? First, a favorable balance of trade, also known as a trade surplus, occurs when a country exports more goods than it imports. This means that the country is earning from its exports than it is spending on its imports, and it is generally seen as a sign of economic strength. An unfavorable balance of trade, also known as a trade deficit, occurs when a country imports more goods than it exports. This means that the country is spending more on imports than it is earning from exports, and it can be cause for concern if it persists over a long period of time. What defines the balance of payments? So, BOP is the record of all international financial transactions, or let's say economic activities or economic transactions made by the residents of a country. What is the importance of balance of payments? First, BOP records all the transactions that create demand for and supply of a currency. Second, judge economic and financial status of a country in the short term. The next one, this may indicate policy shift of the monetary authority of the country. And lastly, BOP may confirm trend in economies, international trade, and exchange rate of the currency. This may also indicate change or reversal in the trend. And the last element we're gonna discuss in this video is the difference between balance of trade and balance of payments. First, the balance of payments shows all the transactions in an economy and is composed of three parts: the current account, the capital account, and the financial account, which accounts for the ownership of assets. The BOP, the current account, consists of international transactions in goods and as well as primary and secondary income. However, balance of trade often makes up the largest parts of the current account, which is nonetheless just one element of the BOP. The term trade balance, that is exports minus imports, is sometimes used interchangeably with the current account balance. Furthermore, the balance of payments takes into account all the transactions with the rest of the world. However, the balance of trade takes into account all the trade transactions with the rest of the world. These are the most important distinctive features between BOP and BOT. BOP includes all transactions related to visible, invisible, and capital transfers. However, BOT includes only visible items. Secondly, BOP is always balances itself. However, balance of trade it can be favorable or unfavorable. Lastly, BOP consists of current account, capital account, or balancing item, errors and emissions, and BOT includes net earning on export minus net payment for imports. The main factors which affect BOP are conditions of foreign lenders, economic policy of government, and all the factors of BOT. However, the main factors which affect BOT are the cost of production, availability of raw materials, exchange rate, prices of goods manufactured at home. In order to sum up, these are the most important, let's say, ideas we spoke in this video. So BOT is the difference between the value of the country's important export for a given period and and it is the largest component of a country's balance of payments. And we can say that a country that imports more goods and services than it exports in terms of value has a trade deficit, while a country that exports more goods and services than it imports has trade surplus. Viewed alone, a favorable balance of trade is not sufficient to gauge the health of an economy. It is important to consider the balance of trade with respect to other economic indicators, business cycles, and other indicators. We can say that the United States regularly runs a trade deficit, while China usually runs a large trade surplus.